Hey, everybody. Come on in. I'm going to be on for just a few moments tonight. Um, I had a crazy day. It was a crazy market day. So I'm gonna record. Probably some of you won't be getting on, but you can watch it later. Tuesday, August the 11th, 2021. Yes, I'm in the right year, the right month, and the right day. Finally, I've been stuck in June in my mind all day long. Um, what's up? What's up, CJ? So I don't know why, but finally I'm back in August. Finally, I am back in August. I am back in August. Um, it's crazy to say the least. To say the least, crazy. Of course. What's today? Wednesday? No, today's Wednesday. What am I talking about? Tuesday. Today is Wednesday. But it seemed like a Tuesday as far as the market. It seemed like a Tuesday today. I didn't close in the green. Let me put it like that. But it's not too bad in the red. It's not too bad in the red. Not even $500, but $300 I lost in the red. Today during the market, and another few dollars. Looks like $27 and something after market. So it wasn't too bad. What's up, William? Um, but again, I didn't close in the green. I have a one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I have about eight option day trade calls. Let me make sure all of them are calls. All except one are in the red. All are in the red except one. Of course, AMC is down. Amazon is down. Chipotle is down, and those are three of my five favorites. Right, three of my five favorites. They were all down today. Amazon Amazon closed today. Amazon closed today at $3,290.30 because they lost a whole $28 and some change. They lost a whole $28.57 today during the market, another $1.81 after market. All right, and of course I lost today with them. Um, I want to let me see if I still have it. I wanted to share this with you all. If I could find it, let me go back to maybe my page. Oh, where was it at? I can't find it. I can't find it. I can't find it. Okay. So anyway, that's what's going on in the market. Everything's red. That matters to me. That is. I want to read something that 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 I saw today on somebody's post, um, and it is something I've been telling you all about, and it speaks of me. To be honest with you, it says real traders post their gains and their successes, while losers spend their time teaching strategies and selling courses and pamphlets. Right? That's what I told y'all. Those guys that are charging you all to buy my course, buy my pamphlet, buy and log onto the webinar, which costs $9.99 or $7.99. Those guys are losers. Those guys are losers. I'm the winner here because I'm the one that's telling you about my gains as well as my losses, and then how successful, truthfully successful I have made it on the market, and certainly if I did it, so can you. So can you. So y'all just remember that one. Okay, all right. I'm gonna go back to the market. Um, Disney closed today in the green. AMD gained $1.20 today to close at $107 and 60. Excuse me, yeah, $107.63. And then of course they lost. They gained a dollar during the day during the market and lost 5 cents after market. CJ, you right on that one. You right on that one. I mean, that's what I've been saying. I mean, it's nothing even worth talking about tonight because other than to say today was horrible. All of as I said earlier, all of my puts except one, and then I didn't make a lot of money on that. The one that I made money on is called RAM. I have that to close out on the 20th, which is next Friday, and then all of the others what that are nothing even worth talking about. GPS Hood closed in the day today in the red, um, but watch this now. Hood is having its earnings call sometime soon. Remember, Hood just got on the market, and they have been as high as $85. So remember, to those individuals who bought a lot of them when it came in at $32 or whatever, it came in $32 something, and it had been up as high as $85. That's why I always tell you all to buy low. If you're going to sell high. Don't sell low when you've wasted all the money. So just wait, it'll go back up. And if you want to sell high, because after you've had particular stocks for a period of time, then you will get used to how that stock does from day to day, or from week to week, or whatever, or even certain days of the week. Sometimes I get to study in certain stocks. Not just the market are usually horrible on Tuesdays, but particular stocks. What's a better day for this particular stock versus this one, or this one and that one, or whatever the case may be. All right, all right, and then of course a lot of my other I don't know about yours, but YOU gained 8 cents today. So I think I told y'all before that it's going to be a slow growth stock, but it's going to get up there. As well as Hood, they're going to get up there. U has been as high as $65.70, as high as $65.70, and then now it's $57.68. So we see how it went up there, and then now it went down, and then now it's growing again slowly. Slowly, they gained 8 cents today during the market, but unfortunately, they lost 37 cents after market. All right, all right. Of course, another one of my favorite, which is Tesla. I went by a Tesla super station today, charge station. Tesla. Tesla closed today at $707.30. They lost $2.17 today during the market, another 52 cents after market. Again, closing at 707.70. All right, so that's Tesla. That's Tesla. One of my favorites that did well today is Apple. Apple, and it's beginning to rain, so I've got to go. Apple closed today at 145.67. They gained 26 cents today during the market, but lost 19 cents after market. Look how crazy Apple was. You see, y'all see that Apple was crazy today, to say the least. And so those people who had calls for Apple, I certainly hope they sold there. They sold up there if they had Apple calls today. Um, I think I know. I think I told CJ or somebody else today that I've been busy for 2 days, so I've basically, of course, on the market, but wasn't really paying attention to it. So it's just been there the past couple of days for me. Google didn't do well. Moderna didn't do well. Moderna closed at 378 and 80, $378.80. Now, watch this. Now, if you had, I think, remember the other day we talked about Moderna and how they went up by 54 or $52 the other day. But if you had a put for Moderna, CJ, if you had a put for Moderna today, bro, I'm gonna just let you look that one up yourself. If you had a put for Moderna today, Moderna mRNA, Moderna mRNA, if you had a put for Moderna today, man, you have been rocking it, as well as aftermarket today. I don't know if CJ is still there, but today Moderna gained lost $71.43 today during the market, and then another $6.63 after market. So please understand, if you had a put for Moderna today since yesterday and it lost $71, that I'm telling you, that's a that's about $60,000, depending on where you were since you were in yesterday. And if you would have gotten in today, and been in this morning when it opened, and look how it fell this morning, and when it started falling this morning at opening, it fell till closing all day long, losing $71.43 today during the market, and then another $6.53 after market. All right, so that's Moderna. And then, of course, Google, one of my favorite, Google Classic A, because Google has two stocks, Alphabet Class A and Alphabet Class B. And so Class A, which I have, closes at $2,720.50 because they lost $10.56 today during the market, and another $5.08 after market, somewhere around almost $16 or so, or $15.77 or something like that. So that was Google Class A, because Class B, somewhat the same. They kind of roll the same. Matter of fact, let me check that. So Class A is 27, 20, and 50. And then I want to see how much is Google Class B. They're usually running about the same. I mean, C, it's not a Class B, it's a Class C. Okay. Um, they're at 27.53.79, 27.53.79. So C is about $23 or $22 and some change, more than A. I have a few A's, if I'm not mistaken, six, but eight of them, eight A's and no C's. And so they close again today at A closed at $2,720 and 50 cents. That was A. And then because they lost $10.56 today, and then another $5.08 after market. All right. I don't know if you all have ever heard of a stock, the penny. It's a penny stock. It's a penny stock, and I'm gonna tell you all about it so you can make up your own mind. Now, I've been making slow growth money. I've been making money, but slowly. Um, and then so my up and down are running neck and neck, meaning that since I had the stock, I've only made, like it says. So the difference between what I've made and what I've lost is only like a few cents. So, and in the positive, I've made more than I've lost by only a few cents, a few pennies, right? And so that would probably one, and then especially I have 10 of them. 10 of them is almost $70. 10 of them is $65.90. I can put that in my buying power and buy something else with that $65.90. It's not really making me any money. It's not making me lose any money, but I'm not making any. Um, they're just, and the reason I was holding on to it, I think I told you all the other day, that one is barely over. When I told you the last time, it was $5 and some change. Let me see. It was yeah, it was $5 and change, right over not being a penny stock, considered a penny stock anymore. And then a couple of days later, it dropped below $5. And then of course we can see how it's grown since then, to $6.59, gaining 10 cents today during the market, and they do not trade after hours. All right. And so I think I'll probably sell that one. I got it on my list with a question mark next to it. All right. Um, But that Moderna made a lot of people some money today. Somebody had text me today, inbox me today, and was asking about um, whether or not I had been in it. I didn't even look. I didn't know what it was until just now because I just told him no, I wasn't playing today. I wasn't playing today. William said I had a Moderna call last Thursday, made over $2,000 in about 14 minutes. You sound like you in the game now, William. After the market opened, FDA supposed to give approval for a booster vaccine in the next 48 hours. I think Moderna will do well. I think that's the case too with all of the vaccine stocks. So don't forget, besides Moderna, or I don't know if it's going to give FDA approval for just Moderna or all of them, but there are three of them: Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, and Moderna. So I don't know if the FDA will do that just for Moderna or what, in which I don't know which one. If they do, certainly, this is what people begin to do, William. We will see that the stock is doing well itself. Good evening, Patrick. Tammy. The stock is doing well because it wants to grow. But because it's doing so well, remember, buy low and sell high. When it gets high, people begin to sell off. Ask CJ about that. Somebody made $400 today because they begin to sell off, take the money and run. Right. So when they sell off like that, then that makes it look, you're looking at the market or a particular stock and saying, well, why is the stock doing good? It's in the green, but it's moving slow, because when you go to the whole sell chart, it is people are selling off. That's what they're doing. They're selling off, and when they begin to sell off, what does that cause? That causes the stock to either make money slowly, or even sometimes go in the red rather than stay in the green. So that's why I always tell people don't sell off. Don't sell off. Not that kind of sell off, CJ. But when you got something that's big like Moderna, you don't want to sell off on that. And now I know AMC. Remember AMC and GameStop was running fast for a couple of weeks, a few months ago, and a whole lot of people made a whole lot of money. And then those people caused some other people to lose a whole lot of money because when it got high, they all sold. They're not having like 10 or 15 or 5 or 2 or 3 stocks like maybe you or I do. They got thousands and 2,000 and 3,000. So it moves the market. When all of our small numbers get together and do something, it moves the market. But a person like Elon Musk or et cetera, those guys, Warren Buffett, they buy $1 million worth of a particular stock. That really moves the market. You bought $1 million worth of Moderna, that's going to really move the market. Or if he has 2 or 3 or 4 million shares of Moderna and he sells 1 million of his Moderna stock, that will move the market. It's going to move Moderna in the negative direction. All right. So that's pretty much the market today. It kind of, if I didn't know better, and I did have a crazy day, but you would think that the day was Tuesday. Facebook didn't do well. Twitter didn't do well. Pfizer didn't do well. Now Moderna, as we saw, lost $71. Pfizer is at $46. They closed today at $46. That's the other stock that makes, business that makes the vaccine, closed at $46 because they only lost $1.88 today during the market, and another 31 cents after market. All right. Now I want to purposely go in here because I don't have, ironically, y'all would not believe this. I think this is one of the crazier moves I made since I've been doing this. One of the crazy thing that I did is let me make sure before I tell you the truth. I had Johnson & Johnson. That's the third company that makes the vaccine, right? I had Johnson & Johnson since it was about $50 something. I would say $52, $53. That's how long I'd had it. Um, and then it was no virus. Johnson and Johnson wasn't making a virus, a vaccine, but Johnson and Johnson just was not doing well at all. And I had like 40 shares of it. And y'all, would y'all believe I sold all? I sold all of them. I sold all of them. 40 shares of Johnson and Johnson. That's what I did. I'm going to do the math for you right now. I don't know. I can't remember what it was back then. But now, if what if I had kept my 40 shares? Um, I would have had. Did I do that right? Because I have four. Right now it's 173, $173 time 40 shares. I would have $6,920 from my 40 shares in Johnson and Johnson. So I'm going to write that down now. That's $6,920. All right, $6,920. All right, but when I bought the 40 shares, let's say it was only $52. So that means that I paid like $2,008, and that sounds about right too. I paid about $2,080 for it. I paid two because I didn't, I was buying and chips and five here, 2, 3 there, five there. Because there was something when I seen it moving up, I would buy when it was low and then held on to it. So I ended up with 40. All right, and so if I would have kept it today, I would have $6,920. Only paid $2,080 for it, so I would have made $4,840. I would have made $4,840 if I had have kept it, but I sold Johnson and Johnson and never got it back. So, sadly to say, I don't have any. I have no Johnson and Johnson stock. Um, Today, Johnson & Johnson, as I said, closed at 173 because they gained 3 cents today. During the market, they do not trade after market. And that's one of the reasons I sold it, because as you can see, it was like that today. And that's how it always is. Even now it's beating out the other two. The other two, am I right? No, it's not. It's not beating out Moderna, but it's beating out Pfizer. Johnson and Johnson is not beating out Moderna because Moderna is 378.80. Johnson and Johnson 173, and then Pfizer was like what we just said a little while ago. Pfizer was like 50 something dollars, if I'm not mistaken. Um, okay, so Pfizer, I have that. They're $46. So Johnson and Johnson is beating out all of. Moderna is beating out the other two, but Johnson and Johnson is beating out Pfizer. They all lost money today. They all lost money today for the most part. Not Johnson and Johnson, because as I said, Johnson and Johnson, they'll make like 4 cents today, 3 cents tomorrow, then lose 12 cents the next day. They'll make 2 cents today, 3 cents tomorrow, then lose 15 cents the next day. That's what kind of stock that it had been, and usually is. Of course, the coronavirus and creating a vaccine for that helped them a lot. It helped them a lot. But what I did, I think Moderna was coming had the vaccine first, so I bought more shares of Moderna and left Johnson and Johnson and Pfizer alone. And then I turned around and bought some Pfizer. I bought some Pfizer later on. All right, and I think that those guys are going to be around for a while. We're going to be needing them for a while. All right, all right. Let me go to another one that I think I have. Yeah, I had these about 50 shares. If you look at Procter and Gamble, PG, Procter and Gamble. If you look at Procter and Gamble, currently they're at $142.55. And I told you how I buy usually stocks that I trust and want to keep and hold to. Sometimes end up selling or whatever. But I'll buy in bulks, 5, another 5 or 10 if I made a lot of money in calls and puts, or got a lot of buying power from calls and puts. I'll buy some more of 10. So Procter and Gamble, I have 50. I have 50 shares of Procter and Gamble. All right. So of course I'm doing really well. I'm doing really well on that one, right? Um, right. So that's why, of course, that's why I'm holding it. But Procter and Gamble is another stock that that moves, but when it moves under a dollar, 35 cents, 45 cents, 55 cents, so as you can see, because I've had it for a long time, right? It moves. So like I said, slow growth is better than no growth. All right. So according to the analysis, 50% of the people are 50% of the people are buying or bought today, bought it, 45% of them people are held on to it, and then only 5% of the people sold it. Makes sense, right? Makes sense. So out of the 100% of people that have it or had it, 50 bought some today, or bought some within the analysis rating period, um, and then 45 held on to it. They had it and held on to it, and then only 5% sold. 5% sold. All right. So please, if you can remember, and I noticed that Robinhood has a commercial now, and it says about how you can buy your stocks in shares or dollar amount, in shares or dollar amount. Um, so um, so be mindful of that. Uh, another one. If you can get dollar amounts, is not an inexpensive one. It's expensive, but PayPal, believe it or not, used to really move slow. But PayPal doesn't move by pennies anymore. For the most part, they'll move over $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 a day and stuff like that. So PayPal really moves the market. I mean, stock really moves. So look at it. Look at it. It's not an inexpensive one, but if you can get some of it, right? Isn't it $100 worth of it that moves better than nothing? I've never now. I think I told you all before. I'm gonna put this 155. Oh, four. All right. Pepsi is 155.04. Pepsi it moves. Pepsi moves. All right. But when you look under Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola is 56.73. So somebody hit me up the other day again about what stocks should you buy, and my response is always going to be what you like, what you eat, what you wear, what you drive. And so if you think the fact that Pepsi is 155 or so, and Coca-Cola is only 56, and so it's 3 times as much over on the Pepsi side. So even the Pepsi lovers got to spend more money to get their stock. So they might drink Pepsi, but got stocks in Coke. I mean, stocks with they shares or stocks with Coke because it's cheaper, and so you want to buy it to where it's at now in hopes that it will grow to where Pepsi is currently. All right, all right. I wanted to say that. Angie, what's up? Hey, where you been? Angie, I've been busy. Angie, I ain't got this shirt in the mail yet. Number one, and CJ, you haven't sent me your information yet. I don't think you're supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to be doing that. Um, 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 you must be. I know you. That's your foot. That's your team, right? You know what? I was going to ask you that the other day when I saw you and your son with the Let's Sorry Team shirt on. I was going to ask you that if you had any shares of Mr. Kraft. Mr. Kraft was a rich man. Um, y'all, see that you probably know this if that's your team and Mr. Kraft, is your boy and everything. Um, um, the Heinz like Heinz ketchup and Heinz mustard, Heinz mayonnaise, and the Crafts. Those two family merged. They're married into each other's family. Hence, we have Heinz Kraft. Um, but they won't. They had a big debate about about putting their stocks together. About putting their stocks together. Um, I want to see. They probably did now, cause yeah, yeah, cause fun. All right, they did. All right, so if you look at Kraft Food is $37.98. Believe believe it or not, Heinz has somehow gotten its way in there. So Heinz Kraft, even though it's not called that anymore, it's just Kraft now. That's Heinz and Kraft. Because if you try to find Heinz on the market, if you try to find Heinz, Kraft Food will come up, and then you see there's no Heinz. All right, and those people got money. All right, all right. So I don't know what y'all drink. I don't know what y'all drink, but Heineken, $55.75. It closed at today. They lost 45 cents today during the market. They don't trade after market. They don't really move this year. Over the past 12 months, they have been up to $61.88. They have been as low as $43.12. Excuse me, today. Well, yeah, as low as $43.12 over the past year. But today's low was $54.98. Today's high was $57.38, and it opened at $54.98. So it closed at $55.75. So slow growth is better than no growth, but I don't mess with Heineken. I don't have any of it. Let me just go and put that out there. That's why you're gonna buy something. You're gonna buy. Your team ain't going nowhere, and your stocks ain't going nowhere. So I would leave it alone, bro. Both the team and the stock. Yes. Angie, I think me too. I see your question. No, it wasn't just Pfizer, Angie. A lot of stocks was doing that yesterday. Wait a minute, you said but I tried to close Pfizer call yesterday, and it was. Oh no, that's not what I was going to talk about. A lot of stocks for some reason locked up yesterday. You know how they'll put it on freeze, and they wouldn't let anybody buy into it, or they wouldn't sell. You couldn't buy or sell the stocks nor calls and put, and then they open that back up after a while. But what you're saying that you tried to close Pfizer call yesterday and it was canceled. You must have tried to close it either higher. I mean, no, either higher than it was, or maybe it was right. I'm sure it was during the market since you said yesterday. Yeah, hold it. Angie, if it was doing like this and you're trying to sell right in the money, remember we talked about that, Angie. You can't sell something for I mean, let's lose a low number. You can't say I want to make a call to sell this call for $6 when it's already at $7 or something. That's not going to process. The only way that will process if you leave it there and it drops back down to the six or gets below the $6. All right, CJ, I hope I'm making sense to you, Angie. I don't know if that's what you did when you bought it when it was going like that. You gotta either buy high. You know how you can change the number if it says it's at currently at $150, but you want to change it to 155, and so then it'll sell when it gets to 155. Because that's you set the limit price. I don't know if that would have happened, but it sounded like you were selling when it moving like that and wasn't moving one way or the other in a direct. But CJ, about four people, I think you asked about this too. About four or five people has asked about selling calls and puts, selling calls and puts. And then y'all notice that I don't talk about that a lot. there's a couple reasons why. Because number one is it can be very complicated. In other words, I can't sell you a car, CJ, that you don't want to buy. So in other words, I want to sell a put, but somebody must be willing to buy it at that price. So if nobody wants to buy it, it's going to sit there, or it's going to make you lose money. That's the first thing. But that's what it is in energy. The second reason I don't do the selling calls and puts, did you know you can't sell something you don't have? And if you want to sell a call, you must have already owned 100 contract. You have to have, you can't sell just one call. You have to sell in bulks of 100. So if you don't have 100 contract, you can't sell it. Try it tomorrow. Try it. Or you can try it now. You can try it now. It won't work. I'll do it with you. All right. If you try to sell it, let's try to sell a call. I'm gonna go to a particular stock. We're gonna try to sell a call. Let's go to this one right here. Let me go to. I want to. You that, and so that's why I don't mess with it, because I'm gonna go to Apple. I'm gonna go to Apple, and I'm gonna go to trade option, and then I'm gonna go to August the 13th, and I want to try to sell. I'm gonna change it to sell a call. So I want to sell a call, right? All right. Now watch when I press I want to sell it, because currently it's at 145.57. All right, yeah, you got it, CJ. And so I want to sell it I want to say it was going to go up to 146. Sell a call. And then I said, I want to put one contract in to sell that order. What even? Oh, God, I hope I didn't sell none of my stuff I didn't want to sell. All right, no, it didn't. I ain't want to do that. I want to cancel that, because I own 100 or something of those. So let me see. I don't want to do that. It's because I own 100 or something. So I got to cancel that. I don't want to cancel that. All right. Because it says I can do it, because I do own 100 and something shares, more than 100 shares of Apple. So that's why it says I can do it. What's this one there going? Yeah, that's why I could do that. I shouldn't have picked Apple. Let's see what's buying. NIO. Remember I had 100 shares of NIO and bought it by accident, 100 shares, and actually had 100 shares. So then I told you I sold 50. So I still own 50. All right. So if I want to go to up there to August the 13th to sell a call for NIO. NIO is currently $44.45, and I want to say that it's going to go up to $45. And then it's going to say not enough shares. You don't have enough shares of NIO for the collateral needed to place this call. So usually we don't have the 100 shares. So how can you sell 100 shares of something that you don't have? Now I have 100 shares of a lot of stuff, but most people I know don't. So that's one of the reasons I don't teach that or talk about it a lot. Number one. And then the second reason is because it can be rather complicated. You have to, like I just said, you must own something to be able to sell it. And if you don't own it, you can't sell it. Number one. Number two, you must be to sell a put. Somebody must be willing to buy it. They must have a call in for that price that you're trying to sell it for. So that's why I don't mess with the complicated stuff a lot. And then I hardly ever see anybody talk about those, because that's the holdup. I mean, I accidentally sold some of my Apple just now, right? And it processed. I'm like, why this process? Yeah, I've forgotten that I own more than 100 shares of Apple. And so that's why I processed it. So I went and canceled it because certainly I don't want to sell 100 shares of Apple on tomorrow. No, I don't want to sell 100 shares of Apple, not my Apple. I want my Apple to get back up to $300. All right. Today is Wednesday. I think I got something to do tomorrow night, nothing on Friday night. And I promise you all that this week we're going to talk about some more. I want to talk some more about those charts, And let me show you one of the other charts as we before I close out here. I've been on 40 minutes. One of the other charts is this one. Let's look at dismiss that because I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that by a call. But, all right. These charts. Let me go back to Nile. Nile. Of course, that's the chart. That's a graph. Graph the chart, right? That's a graph teaching you how to read those. I think most people know what that line is when it goes above that line and below that line, et cetera, how it moves during the day. Reading these things to the bottom down here, meaning today's amount, how much has it over 1 week, over 1 month, over 3 months, over 1 year, over 5 years, and then at the very end of that, we can click that and change that to that color. And then of course, those are nothing more than telling you those colors. It's only two colors, right? The green and the red. And it's doing nothing more than telling you, when it's going up and when it's going down, when it's going up and when it's going down, right? And then of course, if you sell, you want to sell when it's up. And if you buy, you want to buy when it's low. You want to buy when it's low. That's why I have so many of certain stocks, because when the market's bad and a particular stock loses, like I don't know who can afford Moderna because they lost 70 something dollars today. So somebody who was $75 short yesterday of buying one share of Moderna, today they can buy it, right? Today they can buy it because it lost $74 or something like that during the market and more money after market. So that's why that's the purpose of that chart. The red means low, the greens means high, and then of course, and then another one the chart, the stats at the very bottom, those stats, these as I mentioned on one day earlier, it'll tell you about what that particular stock opened today, the highest they went today, the lowest they went today, over the past 52 weeks. How high has it been over the past 52 weeks? How low has it been? It tells you whether or not the stocks pay dividends or not. All right, but one of the things I've been noticing lately, some new stocks has begun to pay dividends, and then they're on the earnings chart as having an earnings call, meaning that they pay dividends. But when you look at the chart, at Robinhood hasn't updated Robinhood, so it'll look like it's not paying any dividends, when in fact it is. So sometimes that can be contrary. All right, the PEO ratio I really don't get into. Then the volume. How many of that particular stock is on the market? I'm in a NIO right now, and it says NIO has 33.80 million shares. 33.80 million shares. All right. The average volume, because as people buy and sell, that those numbers changes, and then the market cap, et cetera, et cetera. All right. And then of course the other chart is on there is of course we talked about that already, is the Greeks. We talked about the Greeks already, right? And the Greeks are, how do you find it? You go to a particular stock, right? You go to a particular stock, and then when you click this one, that's one way of getting to it. When you click limit price, because you could actually change the limit price. And then it'll tell you a lot of stuff about NIO. It'll tell you all that stuff about NIO down there. All right. What's important there is the Greeks. And then we talked about the Greeks, the bottom down there. We talked about that before. All right. And so that's pretty much it. It'll tell you how much the stock has gained in that particular day, the highs, the low, the volume, as we mentioned before. All right. So those are all the stocks. It's just, just about all of the charts or graphs, right? All of the charts and graphs, but sometimes you'll find they'll have you be able to click on it, and you can find some charts in the stock itself that maybe another stock don't have, because that stock market, that stock company put that out there themselves. So sometimes those charts are out there. And they're usually earnings chart, how they have been doing over the past year. as far as going over their estimation for the earnings, or hitting or going under, or getting it on the mark. All right. So, and for the most part, they never get it on the mark. If they say, right now, I was reading about a company who said they're going to make 160 million. They were going to make 160 million, but it's projected to be 148 million. Yeah, 148 million. So they were off. I mean, they were off big time, right? When you talk about millions of dollars, big time. All right, all right. Um, Someone just texted me about this stuff. I don't know nothing about it. You can only buy it. It's not expensive. It's Rand Therapeutics, RANI. I don't think it looks like something that I'll waste my money on. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, it's been not too bad. $29, $21. Okay, very good. Yeah, that's not too bad. RANI, Rand Therapeutic, Rainy Therapeutics, close to there, $21. So it's not too bad. What's up, Leo? And then because they closed today at $21, went up by $6.94. Now you can't trade with that one. You can't trade that with that one. And they gained $6.94 today during the market, another 26 cents after market. All right. So again, the chart looked like that for that one. If you look at that, look at that for that one. All right. And so y'all, I can't wait to get my studio back together, y'all. CJ will be retired by then. He can come and put it all together for me, because I know him and my son are probably good at that stuff. All right. Anyway, Antonio put it together for me the last time, but he'll be in school this time when the house is finished. All right. Anyway, that's all that I have. If you're just coming on, watch the rerun. Watch the rerun if you're just coming on. I don't know if there are any other Patriots fans out there. No, I think no. You're San Francisco. What am I talking about? Patriots? San Francisco. Am I right? CJ said he's going to get into Kraft. Mr. Kraft has this thing out there with the Patriots. With the Patriots, that is. All right. Anyway, that's all that I have. I will see you all probably tomorrow's Thursday on tomorrow night. I have a meeting on tomorrow night, and then what we did today, San Francisco. Yeah, I remember. I had on the hat. Yeah, I remember. We're going to talk more in the charts. You can't be my cousin, bro. You got to come. You're supposed to come to Carolina. You come to the Panthers, all right, and the Gamecocks, right? I know I'd be wearing a Clemson shirt sometime, but don't let that fool you. Anyway, y'all, may the rest of your night be the best of your night if all is said and done. Angie, I'm going to send that shirt. CJ, don't forget I need your size, address, et cetera, et cetera. So I want to say, et cetera, et cetera. All right, that's all that I have. Good night, everyone, whether I call your name or not. I hope no one got on, and I don't want nobody to think I'm ignoring them, but that's all I see. I think CJ said something last. All right, may the rest of your night be the best of your night. Peace. CJ, I'm going to text you about this good movie on Amazon Prime, in a series rather, in Showtime. Man, that's one of the reasons I'm so tired. I went to sleep this morning at 5:55 a.m. Because I wanted to watch all of that. It was that good. I wanted to watch all 10 episodes, and certainly I did. You've probably seen it before, but it was really good. I'm going to text you about it. One love, everybody.